Hello, it's me, Andy, and this is Talking Really. So, this video is probably going to sound like I'm going to go at Virgin Media. Probably I am, as a long-term customer. Basically, I can sum it up in probably 2 or 3 words. They don't give a shit. If you're a long-term customer, forget it. And I'll give you some background on my history in a minute, but just have a look at the various reliability stats. You can see here the Virgin sits in the middle of the pack. They have an average of 14 complaints per 100,000 subscribers. And of course, they're not the worst, because the worst one is Vodafone. So, Ofcom figures for last year, or 2019 rather, they showed that the 85% customer satisfaction range, which is slightly above the average for the business. They claim a reliability of 99.95%. That sounds like a yes, something else I could mention, but I won't. But Virgin came off with Ofcom on the 2018. They came off on the bad side because they were fined 7 million for overcharging customers who wanted to leave. 82,000 were affected, and they were penalised for failing to provide information to the regulator. Virgin Media, not my favourite, but little choice around this area, unfortunately. The sad fact is that if you're in this area, if you live in a big town, you've got more choice. This area, if you want speed and reliability, mainly you have to go with Virgin Cable. They are cabled, they've been here for donkey's years. They have very little competition. BT are trying their best to compete, but personally, putting aside any issues, Virgin are the ones to go for if you want speed. So, the brief history, because it's a long-winded story, is I've been living here since 2008. Basically, when I moved here, I moved from the other town where I had Virgin Cable, and I had that for about 10 years before that, so 10 years-ish. It had been another company, but they got took over, bought out. At the time I had whatever it was called at the time, they were offering Yonder email. So of course everything I've got, all of my emails, all of my logins, all of my website logins, when they ask for an email address, all of my everything is my Yonder. So it would have been highly inconvenient, not very forethought for me, because I could have used another email address and saved myself hassle, but I did not know at the time that all of this was going to happen. And what happened was Virgin Media took it over, and then after a few years they decided to scrap Yonder, which was a bit of a pain. However, having said that, it still works, or still worked, and I could send and receive emails, so no problem. The only thing you couldn't do is change any of the parameters, because they had actually removed the settings that you can make. You can make other accounts based on your account. So I have the one account which is okay. it works. And of course, it's what I rely on at the moment. I am trying to swap over to a Gmail, because obviously a Gmail is probably never going to disappear. But it's quite difficult when you have everything set up for one particular name. The story is, when I moved here, obviously I had to get the cable installed. That's a long story. Let's just cut the story down, because it's long and boring. Let's just say that again, this history of not giving a shit about existing customers, that was the start of it. However, I did get it installed until about 2.5 years ago, maybe three years ago, when I started to notice that the speed was slowing down. It kept on crashing. The router had to keep on being rebooted, otherwise it wouldn't work. It lost connection. It dropped connections. I would be live streaming and it would just go off. So I was getting a bit annoyed, because obviously at that time I had just really pushing on the YouTube channel, so they were just starting out. So I needed to have a reliable service. Combined to that, they kept on sending bills and saying, oh, it's going up next month, it's going up by this amount, blah, blah, blah. In the end, about 2 years, maybe 2.5 years ago, the last final straw, it was going to be, I think, if I remember rightly, about 65, 70 quid. And I said, enough is enough, it's not worth that. And every time I rang up the help desk, they were like, reboot it, it'll be fine. What was the solution? The solution was move elsewhere, but where? Because there isn't anywhere. Or pay the bill and live with it. Or C, the third option, which was suggested by York's Kev. He said to me, I'm with Virgin Business. It's brilliant. It's very, very fast. It's a reasonable price. It's about 55 quid. And your speed is staggering. Reliability, very good. So I looked into it. I looked into it and I contacted them. I said to them, this is what I've got. What do you offer? And they said, no, we can match that, no problem. Is it £55 a month? Yeah, it's £55 a month. And I was paying, well, 65, 70 quid. So it would have been a lot less. And I was still getting loads more. So I went ahead with it. I went ahead with that, signed up. And as soon as I'd done it, bam, it was brilliant. Live streams reliable, router fantastic, uploading videos brilliant. However, shortly after that, every month get the bill come through, and it wasn't just 55, it was 55, and then he added on some charges, and then he would add on next month, they would add on VAT, and then they would add on this and the other and whatever. In the end, it was about 65, 70 quid. I was thinking, hang on, you've just done me out of this. I signed up because it was 55. Anyway, I had to go and ring them up and ask them, because that was ridiculous. Wasn't happy with that. They said, okay, sorry sir. Yeah, because they didn't have a record of the phone call, unfortunately. But they were quite happy. As I said, I was making a complaint. They were quite happy to offer me a flat rate, £55. Nothing else on top. A few months later into the contract, obviously this was, I think it was 12 or 18 month contract, not sure which. But I was happy with the contract because the service was good, it was reliable, live streaming was brilliant. However, the letter that came through said, "We're really sorry, but the email, Blue Yonder, you're going to lose your email because you are a business customer." And I went, "What? Hang on. If I'm a business customer and it's Virgin, how does that work?" So when I contacted them, they said, "Oh no, we don't do email as part of it. It's just broadband." And I had to go back onto the website to have a look, and there was nothing on there that said you don't get an email. There is now, but it wasn't at the time. I said to Kev, "Have you got email?" He said, "Yeah, I've got separate email. I've got Gmail, so no Virgin email." And I thought, They said there's nothing we can do about it. You'll have to have a word with domestic. So I phoned up domestic and they said, "Sorry, can't deal with you. You're with business." And business said, "Sorry, can't deal with you because we don't do email." So I really doing my nut in because I was really panicking that the email would just stop. There was no alternative. I had no alternative. There was no way that I would get my emails. So I complained to everybody, and including the managing director, who's a complete waste of time, doesn't respond. The office just replies saying he's not available, passing it on to some other lackey who doesn't do anything about it and doesn't respond. So basically I was left in limbo. So I decided that I would have to write in, so I wrote in a complaint letter, and they kept on sending letters saying, "We have tried to contact you, blah blah blah." No, they haven't. I've never had a phone call from them, and I've never had an email from them. Eventually, and I'm not sure how I got that, I had a contact from Holly, from a lady called Holly. I don't even know which department she's in, no idea. But Holly took control of the problem, offered me a solution. She said that she would cancel the business contract, because obviously, otherwise you have to pay a fee. She would get hold of domestic and get them to give me a deal. So that's what we did. I was in negotiation with domestic customer services, had a chat with a guy. I remember a conversation. I said to him what I needed. I said, "Can you offer me it?" He said, "Yes, no problem." I said, "I am a long-standing customer, 20 years. And he said, "Oh, don't worry, we'll waive the installation fee because you're already a customer." And I remember that categorically. But when it came to the crunch on the bill, they put 35 quid installation charge. And all they did was send me a flipping router that I had to plug in myself. They're charging me 35 quid to install it myself. And in the end, I got so sick of it, I had to go to the Ombudsman. And I had to apply for a case with them to get them to adjudicate. In that case, I had to send all the paperwork, all of my complaints, all of my emails, all of the responses. And they took a look at it and they said, "Yes, we can deal with that for you." And of course, in the meantime, what was going on, they were sending me this bill for this flat rate. It was 43 quid, which we agreed to. And I was happy with that, 43 quid. It was a lot less than I was paying before. And of course, what I didn't realise was that business was still charging me full rate. So of course I had to contact business and tell them I'm wonder why you're still taking money. And they went, because you're still a customer. I said, no, I'm not. I said, I'm a domestic. Speak to Holly. They didn't bother. They kept on taking this money. So I had to go to my bank, and I had to get my bank to get the money back and cancel the direct debit, because that was the only way that they would stop taking the money. So the outcome of the Ombudsman was that they got to the last, I think it was the last month before they would make a decision. Virgin sent me my installation fee, which they charged me, and they paid that. And of course they paid me back the money that they owed me, and I'd already got my business account money refunded. Then I had a message from the Ombudsman saying Virgin are denying that they owe you any money. And of course I had to tell them, well, yeah, they don't owe me any money because they paid it. It's like, well, that was deliberate, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, this is what customer service is like. We can roll on now. That was a year ago. So a year on, and of course I knew it was coming very soon. We have the end of the year contract, £59. So that's basically 16 quid extra for the same service that they want. So I decided to have a look and see what's what. And basically the package that I've got at the moment, M350 and phone, is £39.99. And they're charging that 35 setup. But it's an 18-month contract, which they didn't do before. I'm not worried about contracts, because once I've got it, I'll be happy. Yeah, so what they want to charge me, 59 quid. However, there's a sting in the tail. They've sent me a letter, which they sent out this year, which basically says your bill will go up by £3.50 a month from 1st of March. 59. It's £62.50. That's what they want. The words rip-off come to mind, but hey, I did actually look into, because I thought, well, if I'm going to be paying more money, then let's see if we can get a faster internet. Because obviously upload, download is vital really for streaming. So I had to look, and they do a M500 package, and this isn't Virgin, this is actually a comparison site. M500 broadband package. This is basically, it's good value. It's only it's in limited areas. But when you look at this, the package is split. So it's just broadband costs 62 quid on its own. But if you have it with the phone, which is what I've got, it's £45.99. Now, the Virgin, they're on a par with their rivals in pricing. Obviously, there's very little choice. They've gone from 12 months to 18-month contracts, apart from BT, which are 2 years. Interesting point that I noticed, and of course is relevant to other disabled people, is that if you are vulnerable, if you're considered to be vulnerable, the problem is that you won't automatically be switched onto pricier deals. You're probably thinking to yourself, hang on, £62.50 is more, which is exactly what I said. If I was BT, then they would allow me to get the same deals as new customers. Sky will allow you to get the same deals as new customers. Talk will allow access to the same deals as new customers. Virgin Media will undertake annual price reviews for their most vulnerable customers to ensure they're on the best deals. Interesting. So I decided I needed to call them, So I've made 3 calls so far. If you've got a Virgin phone, which I have, then you dial 150, which I did, and it gave me a message saying, basically, no one available, phone back later. I thought, oh, strange. So I rang on my mobile number on the 0345 and got through. I was in a queue. I thought, can't wait. So today I used the 150 and I was on there for 15 minutes and then somebody answered, and a lady there, I explained what I was after. I said I want to get a new deal. She said, unfortunately, I can't do it on my computer. I'll have to transfer you. And guess what happened? Very simple. Beep, boop, gone. Cut off. I left it a bit, went for a drink, came back. 10:40 a.m. I was on the phone for 18 minutes. Got through into the queue. And it's not just a case of press the number and wait. They had this ridiculous idea that you need to do security, and then when you get to talk to somebody, they do security again. Same thing. I said to the woman, I said, I've done this once. She said, yeah, but I'm not automated. Bit rude, but whatever. I gave up. Gave up after 20 minutes. Came back later on, and at this time I decided that I couldn't afford it on the phone, so I went on the 150. The only problem is that I don't like it because it's a normal phone, and you've got to hold it to your ear the whole time because there's no hands-free. So I was on there 30 minutes in total. I got through eventually to somebody. I think her name was Hannah or Laura, something like that. Anyway, she was working from her home. I explained what I wanted. She said it was going to be 55 quid. I said, hang on, I'm a customer. I'm an existing customer. Why are you offering that for £39.99? She said, yeah, I know. But that's only for new customers. Hang on, what about vulnerable people? Because your thing allegedly says that you should really offer me a good deal. She had no idea. She had absolutely no idea. Anyway, eventually she said, I'm going to call my supervisor. She disappeared and came back. She said, right, okay, I've had a word. You're a vulnerable customer. I'll pass you over to somebody that can sort this deal out for you. Well, you can guess what happened. It is now currently 3:30 p.m. So I'm hoping that it will be less busy, but I doubt it. I'm going to give them a call, and this time I'm going to record the conversation that we have. Right, well there you go. That's very difficult to understand, I'm sure, and I'm not being racist or anything, but that was so difficult, combining it with the accent and the phone, the mobile phone. Hopefully I got everything, but the actual, yeah, I mean the fact is that new customers, 40 quid, and he's charging me 51. I paid 43, so that is an £8 increase for the annual increase out of contract, back into contract for 18 months for what I already have, and then for another £4 more, which is £55.50, which is also £12.50 more than I was paying. I get the M500, which is the faster broadband.
Good afternoon and welcome to Virgin Media. If you're calling about TV, broadband or home phone, looks like you've called us from a mobile phone. Just to check, does the postcode of the account you want to talk about end in? If it does, please press 1. Thanks. Virus quarantine measures have closed some of our call centres, which means waiting times are up to an hour long. Please help us prioritise our most vulnerable customers and visit virginmedia.com instead. Thanks for bearing with us. For bills, payments or remaining minutes, please press 1. If there's a fault or you need some technical help, it's 2. To activate your new equipment or for questions about new installations and setup, it's 3. Or to make changes to your package or to add a new service, please press 1. To remove one of your services, it's 2. If you're moving home, press 3. Or if you're thinking about leaving us, press 4. To speed things up for you, I'll now ask for 3 characters from your account password. If you want to hear more about passwords, just press 1 for help now. Okay. Using your phone's keypad, please press the button that has the second character of your password. Thanks. And now, the third character. Thanks again. And now, finally, the 5th character. Thanks. Thanks. I'll now transfer you to one of our team. And just so you know, sometimes we record these calls to make sure we're giving you the best customer service possible.
Yeah, sometimes.
Right now, our team are a little busy, but we'll be with you as soon as possible.
Little busy.
Hello there, good afternoon. This is RG from Virgin Media. Can I have your full name and the account number, please?
Yeah, hello. So you want the account numbers? 7...
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you for that. May I know your full name, sir?
Andrew Wright, I am the account holder.
So upon checking here that you already passed the DPA security question through our IVR.
Yes, I have passed it, yes.
Yeah, before we proceed to your concerns, may I know your contact mobile number so that we can call you back right away once this call accidentally disconnected, and also the email address registered on this account.
Yes, it's... Well, you've got my number on the screen, probably.
Okay, sir. Great. Thank you for that, sir. Yes, sir. How can I assist you today, sir?
Hopefully, if you can read the screen, you'll know that what the problem is. I've phoned in 4 times now, and every time I get transferred over, it cuts off. So I need to get somebody to talk to deal with making a new account, because this package is £62.50, and I'm not prepared to pay that.
I see that. Okay, by the way, sir, I'm RJ from the retention team, so I will double check the possible discount that we can offer for you for this bundle that you have. So for me to be able to get a discount for your bundle, or to give you the best bundle that we can offer, first, may I know the usage of your broadband. So upon checking here that you have a 350 megs of broadband here, may I know how many devices connected on your broadband?
It's not the number of devices, it's the number of it's the actual thing that I do, because I do live streaming and downloading videos, uploading videos.
Downloading videos and uploading videos.
Yeah, M350 is what I've got.
That's correct.
I don't know what price you're going to be able to give me, because at the moment it's advertised on the website as £39.99.
On the website, sir, it's saying £39.99.
That's what it says on the website, yeah, £39.99.
Okay, actually the offer on our website is exclusively for the new customers. It's a welcome offer for the new customers, and they can get that once in a lifetime when they get on Virgin Media. But don't worry, I'm going to send you through to the retention department, and I will double check the possible discount that we can offer for you for this bundle. And how about the telephone package here that you have Talk Weekend here? May I know how many devices connected on your broadband? I mean, how often did you use your telephone package?
It's only for emergencies. I've got I'm a vulnerable customer. I've got a lifeline system, so it's only used for that.
I see.
And that's why I've got no calls on it, only weekend. But I don't make any phone calls on it.
Okay, sir. Thank you for that, sir. And then I'll put you on hold, sir, for a moment. I just want to verify the possible bundle that we can offer for you. Okay?
Yeah.
Give me 1 to 2, sir.
Also, while you're there, if you want to ask if there's a price for the M500s package as well.
Yeah, sure. I will double check that one. Okay, sir. Thank you for patiently waiting, sir. So here, sir, if I'm trying to retain the same package that you have, which is actually 350 megs of broadband and the top weekend, the price that I can offer for that one, sir, is actually a £51 for 18 months contract. And then if I boost your broadband speed, sir, from 350 to 500 megs of broadband, the price that I can offer for that, sir, it's a £55.50. So you're getting 500 megs of broadband and the top weekend for that price for 18 months contract. And if we process the contract today, you are not being impacted by the price increase on March. So you can enjoy the package just only 55 days.
Right, can we go through that again, because it was very hard to understand on the mobile phone. So you're saying that the 350 that I currently have is,
Yes, sir.
is how much?
It's £51.
£51. So
Yes, sir.
basically, yeah, okay. And then the 500,
And the 500, it's £55.50.
and there's no extras on top of that.
Yes, sir, that's correct. You can enjoy that one on the rest of your contract, sir.
18 months, you said?
Yes, sir. It's an 18 months contract.
I don't know whether I got a deal or not, but it was a lot cheaper than the price that was on the screen. They quoted, I think they quoted about 65, even though it said 45 for new customers, because I was just reading the Ofcom thing again, and it's very true what they say. Ofcom review into broadband pricing found that vulnerable people lack the confidence and skills to negotiate, so they're considering new legislation. They also found that discounted prices for broadband was cheaper than some of the out-of-contract standard broadband, and the M500 is considered ultra super fast. But yeah, whatever, we've got faster broadband. Right, have a good day. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.